Hello, my name is Jenny Breen and I am a social worker with Enable Ireland's Children's Disability Services in Wicklow.
Hi, I'm Liz Burke and I am social worker in the Disability Services in Mayo.
You're very welcome to this short video devised for parents and caregivers who attend Enable Ireland on the topic of stress management. In recent times, we are all hearing really strong and positive messages in the media about the importance of looking after our mental health. Be it going out for walks, taking exercise, taking some time for ourselves. However, many parents that we talk to in our service are saying that some days it's hard even to get a 5-minute break with all the demands on their time, let alone taking time out for themselves. In Enable Ireland, we recognise that having a child with additional needs and/or a disability can put extra stress on parents and caregivers. And in this video, we're hoping to share with you some information about what stress is, coping styles, and how to manage stress effectively. So when we think of stress, what do we think of? Stress is actually a normal response to events that we feel are challenging or threatening or upsetting. Stress can result from any change that you must adapt to. And this can be both positive and negative events, such as a new job or a new baby, or learning that your child has a disability. Stress can be the result of major life change or the cumulative effect of minor hassles. It's how you respond to these events that determines the impact of stress on you. It's important to note as well that not all stress is bad. Stress can be good. It can help you to meet challenges, to sharpen your concentration. For example, stress can focus your mind for an interview or an exam, or it can help you slam on the brakes in your car if a child runs out in front of you. I suppose stress can creep up on you, and it's really important to learn to recognise your own stress levels. The most dangerous thing about stress is how easily it can creep up on you. You just get used to it, and it starts to feel familiar or even normal. You don't notice the toll that it's taking on you, even if it takes a heavy toll. Stress affects the mind, the body, and behaviour in many different ways, and everyone experiences stress differently.
Psychologist Connie Lillis uses a driving analogy to describe the 3 most common ways people respond when they're overwhelmed by stress. So foot on the gas, an angry or agitated stress response. You're heated up, you're keyed up, you're overly emotional and unable to sit still. Foot on the brakes, a withdrawn or depressed stress response. You shut down, space out and show very little energy or emotion. Foot on both, a tense and frozen stress response. You freeze under pressure and you can't do anything. You look paralysed, but under the surface you're extremely agitated. This may sound familiar to you as a reaction you may have experienced or seen someone you know experience. So there's many things that can cause stress. They can be broadly grouped into different areas. Environmental, so traffic, issues with housing, financial worries. Coping with social stressors, so demands on your time and energy. Could be extra appointments and trying to juggle work all at the same time. It's like physiological, so poor nutrition or inadequate sleep, lack of exercise and illness. Your thoughts, how you interpret experiences in the present and what you predict for the future can cause stress. What are the sum of the extra stresses for the families who attend our service? So from our experience, additional stressors are the need to attend appointments frequently or not frequently enough, more care needs, more demands on your time, and worry about the future. So why is it important to manage stress? Stress, when it's not managed, can affect your health. You catch every cold going, you have stomach problems, can affect your mood, you have trouble relaxing, or you're feeling overwhelmed or helpless. It can affect how you function, so you've less energy to do the everyday tasks. Your relationships, so you can be more impatient and irritable with the person you're caring for. And it also affects your quality of life because you neglect your own needs.
I suppose when we're thinking about how to manage that stress, then it can be helpful to look at some coping styles. And some of these might be familiar to maybe how you tend to manage or deal with stressful times. The thinker, the talker even, the thinker, the doer, and the information gatherer. It's important to say as well that there's no best or right way to cope, and each of these styles can result in behaviour that is helpful or sometimes behaviour that is unhelpful. For example, the talker might reach out to friends and family to share their feelings and get support, which alleviates stress and helps them to kind of process their feelings and problem solve. The talker may also only talk about practical things or get stuck into negative patterns, which doesn't help them to manage their stress. The thinker takes time to mull over a problem. This can help them process their thoughts and feelings about the problem and come up with solutions that work for them. But the thinker may also be prone to excessive worrying or catastrophizing and feeling that they cannot escape their worries. The doer gets things done. They are practical and action-oriented. They can also be the person who never stops or finds it hard to relax or enjoy time with their child. The information gatherer seeks out information to build their knowledge and understanding and help them make informed decisions. The information gatherer may also find themselves sucked down rabbit holes online or overwhelmed by information, which can make them feel more stressed. The important thing here really is to find what works for you. And knowing the coping style or styles you gravitate towards can help you recognize how you manage your stress and identify maybe some behaviors that are helpful in that regard and what is less helpful. Different people in the family may also tend towards different coping styles to manage their stress. Some people can often find doing, say, practical actions helpful, while others may find talking things through is the best way to manage their stress. As I said, there's no right or wrong way to cope, but recognizing and respecting these differences can help us better understand our partners and family members and can be a good opportunity for us to learn new strategies that might work for us. A good way to assess whether a coping style or strategy is helpful is to ask yourself, is it hurting me? Is it hurting someone else? And are the benefits temporary? If your answer is yes to any of these, it might be time to review your coping strategies and see if there's a more helpful way to manage your stress.
So coping strategies are behaviours, thoughts and emotions you use in every situation throughout life. These adjust and change depending on what's happening in your life. When you have a child with a disability, it can change the roadmap of your life. You may have chosen to give up your career to take on the caring role. You may have had to move house to accommodate your family's needs. How we react within our lives shapes how we cope and manage these events. I want to talk to you about what this means in practical terms so you have something to take away from today. So there's 4 A's of stress relief. So the first one is avoid unnecessary stressors. Socialise with people you enjoy spending time with and relax and be yourself with. Being with people you can't do that with will further stress you out. Plan ahead. If you have a hospital appointment, leave extra time for traffic jams, parking, getting lost, so that when you get there to the appointment, you're able to focus on the appointment and not recovering from the stress of trying to get there on time. Learn to say no to others. Relook at your to-do list and see what you have to actually do, not what you think you need to do. So the second one is alter the situation. Tell people what you're feeling. This can be your partner, your family, or your social worker. In my experience, I found that talking to somebody in a similar situation can often have very positive outcomes, as you can share experiences as they have a true understanding of what life is like for you. Try to be more assertive. For example, if somebody talks about your child in a way you don't like, tell them and explain how you would like them to talk about them. A common problem people talk to me about is Johnny is a Down syndrome boy. In this situation, you could say, I'd prefer if you would say that Johnny has Down syndrome, as he's Johnny first who happens to have Down syndrome. Be willing to compromise. There's always more than one way to do something, so being open to that is always helpful for everyone. The third A is adjust. So accept that it's okay to feel stressed sometimes. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Tell people how you're feeling and try, for the most part, to keep a positive attitude. Let people take care of you and take a break for yourself. And have something to look forward to. It doesn't have to be a big event, but something small to look forward to for those harder days. The fourth one is adapt. So adapt your expectations. Go at your child's pace instead of other people's, and enjoy your child and the goals they achieve when they achieve them. Adjust your standards. For example, if you're the kind of person who likes to scrub the bathroom floor every day but don't have the time to do that, would twice a week be good enough? Reframe the issue. Many carers feel their job is just to stay at home, when in fact it's much more than that. You're the best advocate out there for your child. You get to enjoy each milestone firsthand. You're the person who's teaching your child skills and watching them put them into practice. Look at the bigger picture. And this is a really important one. Is your child happy? Do you laugh together? Do you cry together? Do you spend time together? So we always say to mind yourself. So everyone is very different. I like running, but you might like dancing. I'm not going to tell you to go for a bath or go do a 10k walk, because that might not be practical in your house. I would like you to ask yourself 3 questions, and that will help you figure out what enjoyable things you can do to manage your own stress. What makes you laugh, what relaxes you, and what energizes you. If you take one thing away from today's video, it's look after yourself. It's valuable, and it's a valuable and a really important thing to do. Making yourself a priority and giving yourself the permission to take 5 or 10 minutes each day will recharge your batteries, and it will help you look after yourself and your family. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our video.